From the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, this is an ITTV special report.
CoolHotNot is an easy way to discover which digital products are used and loved, new and wanted, or perhaps lemons. Not only the kind of things you hear us talk about on the show on a regular basis, but it's a brand new website put together by our next guest and another fellow journalist who's very involved, as I am proud to be. CoolHotNot CEO and founder is Dave Whittle. Dave, welcome into Tomorrow. How are you, sir?
Great, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing fine, and thanks for joining us on the program. And a guest who's been with us before, and in spite of that, is decided to join us again. He is, of course, one of the CoolHotNot tech experts and columnist and contributing editor at PC Magazine, none other than John C. Dvorak. John, welcome back into
Dave,
Tomorrow.
how you doing?
I'm adequate, thanks. How are you?
Not bad.
Tell me a little bit, first of all, Dave, about CoolHotNot, and it's a whole thing about thumbs up and a cool site, and whether it's a thumbs up or thumbs down product that folks like John and I and several other tech experts are helping you contribute with.
And we sure appreciate that. We start with the credibility of our tech experts, which is just a premier group. And we are so honored to have folks like you and John C. Dvorak and Robin Raskin and Steve Bass and Chris Perillo. And I'm probably going to forget some.
Jim Louderback.
Jim Louderback.
Folks, yeah.
Cheryl Currid. Did I mention Steve Bass?
Yeah, twice.
Twice already, yeah.
And then me.
Apparently like Steve Bass.
and me. I mean, you know,
and
the
you.
only reason I'm in this group is I put it together.
So where did this idea come from then?
Actually, it started way back, like 4 years ago, and I was having an exchange with David Pogue, and David had a column that I had read, and I thought, hey, gee, you know, let's put him together with my friend John Dvorak and get their list of the best stuff that technology has to offer, and who would not be interested in finding out what these guys have on their loved list. And it's just kind of evolved from there. And
the only problem, of course, is that Pogue only had Apple products.
Yeah,
that's true. A little hard to have only Apple products.
Yes, and the fact that he dropped out, I don't know why, but
well, probably the newspaper. Do they still print that?
I think
decided
he has,
that he shouldn't be involved.
I think he has bosses at the New York Times or something.
He's actually a contractor, so that
yeah.
should be the case.
Yeah.
So,
very
so
true.
anyway.
So then, what is it then that the tech experts are doing? For example, John and I and the rest that are involved that are making the site fun.
You give us your lists of the things you love that you use and enjoy using and want to recommend to other people. That's called the loved list.
Wait, John has anything on his love list?
No, you know, he
Very
doesn't.
short,
we had a conversation about that, and he tells me I have to change the name to liked list if he wants anything on his loved list. So,
you know, most of this stuff is junk. Let's face reality.
and look how many products
Yeah.
are introduced. For example, here at CES, over 20,000 new things that never even make it to market. It's
Exactly.
a shame in some cases, but
Yeah.
a lot of it is, okay, it's another one of those things. And that's what we'll learn about at CoolHotNot, is
And
whether or
that's-
not you should invest your money in it.
Absolutely, and that's the next step. We make it simple so that consumers don't have to wade through. Even if you walk into Best Buy, I mean, or some kind of are there any other computer retailers left?
I think there's still a few CompUSAs, I believe, floating
Yeah,
around.
there's
There's a
some
couple.
Fries out
And you
there.
have
Oh,
Radio
Fry's,
Shack
Fry's.
and Fry's.
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
Sure, there's a
Yeah,
couple.
you go into these places and you see a product, and what you want to do is figure out should you buy it or not. And we have enough, you know, it's not like anybody's bribing us to say anything. It's just essentially, you know, I thought about this idea some time ago, and I was kind of enthused with Dave's approach to it, which was, I thought it would be cool to have a site just like this that had very rich people's lists of stocks that they own. Now, I think it would be fascinating to know what stocks Bill Gates and Larry Ellison and these people, what do they own? What are they investing in?
Yeah. What makes somebody rich or keeps them rich?
Well, it would be nice to know that, because they may have some inside scoop, who knows what. But so the thing is that they're insiders, basically, that know, or they have. Whittle's idea essentially is that you've got some people that see a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is, as I said earlier, crap. But you see a lot of it, and generally speaking, this starts to whittle, you know, which is his name, by the way.
Cute.
Whittle down to a few products that, you know, you find useful or they work better. It's a lot of products. A lot of people don't realize that we'll take a look at that. You know, it looks good on paper, or you get a professional reviewer, and yeah, you put it side by side, and just by a feature checklist, you realize that you say product A is the best. But if you actually had and owned the product, you might discover that product A falls apart in 3 months.
True.
And
you might have loved it early on, and then whoops, wait a minute.
A reviewer can never achieve that knowledge, and so I always feel that usually when I do product reviews, I tend to do long-term ones for that reason, because I've been burned before. You get a product, you think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, and the next thing you know, it's falls apart and blows up, or burns the house down, or kills your wife. I mean, there's all these possibilities.
Now, we'll have to do another show on how many products John's reviewed that those things have happened. So
could be a few.
It could be a few. So I guess it's up to us as your tech experts, I say on camera in quotes, because maybe it's debatable for people like John and I. But how often do you expect the site to be kind of revamped, or new products put on and off and that kind of thing?
As often as you find new things, you will let us know, and we will change the lists, and in real time it will change the combined lists, because we have our secret sauce algorithm where we actually merge all of your individual lists into a combined list. And so people that come to the site, they can see the combined list, scored and ranked, as well as each tech expert's individual list.
Cool. So if you're looking for products that are cool, in our opinion, that are hot, maybe they're things we even want, that we've heard or read enough about, or gotten enough press releases that we could believe.
So a lot of promise.
Yeah, I'm high on the iPad 5.
Yeah, John holding out for the iPad 5, or not. Thus the name of CoolHotNot.com. Do check it out. You'll see what Dave and John and myself and all the other tech experts are trying to help contribute to this site that I think is going to be a lot of fun.
A public service.
There you go, a public service. Well, we're not getting paid, so it is a public service.
We're not getting anything, so it might as well be.
Credibility and simplicity, that's what the site's about.
I think he has us in the simplicity part.
Definitely.
No, you're the credibility.
And we're simple. Check it out.
It's your mini reviews that are simple.
There you go. Check it out at CoolHotNot.com. We'll link you there, of course, when you visit us at IntoTomorrow.com. And by the way, if you're listening on the radio, all the interviews here at CES, as always, on video as well. Check it all out at IntoTomorrow.com, where you're a mouse click away from all of our guest sites. Dave, thanks for joining us. Good luck with the site. It's a great idea. We're anxious to see more and more of it.
Appreciate that, Dave.
And John C. Dvorak, thank you again for joining us.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, indeed.